down. Okay.
Well, it looks like we're
Oh,
live.
the red screen, Judge,
Yes.
that is just the court office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just our office.
Very good.
Okay, and I have the order of the docket, if you want to go
Yes.
through that real
Yeah,
quick.
let's go through that.
Okay, so we have on page 1, or the top, oh, the very top is Fred Neal.
Okay.
And then number 2 is the middle of page 1. That's Philip Wolkovac.
But that's just one ticket, right?
Just one, yeah, just the expired registration.
Okay.
Then on the bottom of page 3, we have Roberto Gonzalez. It is the very bottom, the very last one on page 3, Roberto Gonzalez Najar, number 3.
Okay.
This one, yeah. And then on page 2, middle of the page, we have Osvaldo Mora. He's number 4. And then number 5 is going to be on the top of page 5. And it's Kaylee Stager.
Okay.
Kaylee Stager, she's the 5th line down.
Oh, on page 5, you said?
I'm sorry, page 5. Yeah, page 5, the 5th line down.
And she is number what?
Number 5.
Okay.
And then on the bottom of page 4, we have Elvira Dominguez, and she's going to be number 6.
Okay.
Then on page 6, we have Belissa Barba. She's on the very last one. On page 6, her number's 7.
Okay.
And then on page 5, at the middle, we have London Spears, and she's number 8. And then we're going back to page 1. The top of page 1 is Charlotte Rebar. And she's number 9.
She's number 9?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then page 5 in the middle. Raphael. There in the middle.
Rafael Ortiz?
Yes, sorry, gosh, I couldn't find it. Rafael Ortiz, isn't he reset?
No.
Rafael.
Denise Perez was reset.
Oh, it's on the wrong one. Sorry about that. I have it written on the wrong one. Okay, never mind, Rafael. I'm sorry.
So then Rafael Perez is 10?
He's number 10.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to page 6, and we have Emilio Ramirez Torres, and he's going to be number 11. And then we're going to the bottom of page 3, and it's Kaylin Hanselman. On here it's Carlin, but it's the officer had spelled it wrong, so it's actually Caelen. Kaylin, and he's number 12.
Okay.
And in the bottom of page 1, we have, toward the bottom of page 1, we have Leif Reynolds, and he's number 13.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, let me just check a little.
If there's anyone else on here that needs to see the judge and the prosecutor, and we don't have you logged in, you need to unmute your phone and let us know.
Okay, so are we ready to go, Clarissa?
You sure are. So, right off the bat, we have Fred. Oh, well, you need to do your.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Hold
Sorry
on.
about that. I'm sorry.
Okay, first of all, this is welcome to the city of China Grove. This is the China Grove Municipal Court docket for November the 4th, 2020. I just want to let everyone know that we are live streaming. So we are on YouTube. For those individuals that are joining us on YouTube, these are legal proceedings, so you are not to record these proceedings. For the individuals that are here on either video or audio, once again, this is a legal proceeding, so do not record these proceedings. Now, for those individuals that are here on today's docket, please keep in mind that we are live streaming, so I do not want you to give out any personal information out just out loud, because like I said, we are live streaming. If we need some information from you, we will ask you in very general terms, but we will not give your specific address. We certainly wouldn't give any driver's license numbers or anything that you would consider private. So just keep that in mind when we discuss your case. Okay, now, just a few instructions before we get started. When we call your case, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to read the charges that are filed against you. Now, before I can do anything, I need to take a plea from you. Now, the 3 pleas that you need to be concerned about, one is your plea of guilty, where you admit the charges filed against you, your plea of not guilty, where you deny the charges filed against you, or your plea of no contest, where you neither admit it nor deny it, but you just want to take care of the business before the court. For our purposes here today, there really is no difference between the guilty plea and the no contest plea. The only time that you're really going to see it come into play, let's say, for example, that you're cited for running a red light and you have an accident. Well, if you come to court on that citation on running a red light and you plead guilty, well, then they can use that against you in a civil case. Whereas if you plead no contest, they would not be able to use that against you. They would actually have to prove that you ran the red light. That is a distinction there, but for our purposes here, there really is no distinction. Okay, now, the cases that we hear at this level are Class C misdemeanors, which means that they are criminal in nature. As a result of that, it triggers certain constitutional rights, and I'm going to go over those rights in just a moment. But if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you are basically giving up, or you're waiving these rights that I'm about to go into. First of all, the one of your most important rights is that you have the right to remain silent. You don't have anything, you don't have to say anything that would incriminate you. And certainly if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, that would be incriminating. So please understand that if you plead guilty or no contest, you are waiving that right to remain silent. You also have a right to enter a plea of not guilty and request a trial, either in front of a judge or in front of a jury, okay? You also have the right to bring in witnesses that will testify on your behalf with regard to the citation. And you also have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses. And here again, by entering a plea of guilty or no contest, you are giving up those rights. Now, if you enter a plea of guilty, I'm going to be asking you what type of a trial do you want, and you're going to say either a non-jury trial, which is a trial in front of a judge, and the judge makes a decision, or you're going to request a jury trial where we will bring in citizens from the city of China Grove that would sit in judgment. Now, it's very important that you show up for any and all hearings, whether you plead guilty, whether you plead not guilty, whether you do a request for a jury trial or a non-jury trial. Now, if you are requesting a trial before the judge, we are going to put your case on a non-jury docket at a later date. At that time, we'll have a whole bunch of non-jury trials, and then we'll try your case. Now, if you want a jury trial, now you will be required to make 2 appearances. One appearance is a pretrial conference, and that's for the purpose of addressing any legal issues that need to be addressed. It's very important that you show up for that, because if you do not, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. The second setting is the actual trial, and that's where we bring in the citizens from China Grove. If you miss that date, we're going to have to do it all over again, but you could be held responsible for whatever it costs the city to set that up. And the point that I'm trying to make is that just make sure that you show up for all your court settings, and that way you don't have to worry about that. Okay, now, let me go through my docket and see if we have any CDLs that are here. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any CDL individuals that are here today. If you do have a commercial driver's license, just go ahead and let us know. Now, if you're under the age of 25 and you have a moving violation, you will be required to take a defensive driving class if you want your case dismissed. Okay. Now, for everyone else, there's two ways to get a ticket dismissed. The less expensive way is by taking the defensive driving class. Okay. Now, if you qualify, the only thing you do in that situation is that you pay the court its court cost. Whatever school you select to take the defensive driving class, you got to pay their fee. That normally runs about $50. And then you have to request a copy of your driving record. That's going to run you either $10 or $12, depending if you do it by mail over the internet. I really recommend the defensive driving class if you want your case dismissed. And here again, for those individuals under 25, it is mandatory. Now, if you're not interested in defensive driving, but you still want to see how you can get your case dismissed, we have what we call deferred disposition, and that's nothing more than probation. Now, deferred disposition is discretionary with the court. I can grant it. I don't have to grant it if I don't want to. However, if I do grant it, you will be placed on a probationary term anywhere from 1 day to 180 days. You will be required to pay a special expense fee. And if there's any additional circumstance or conditions that I set as part of the probation, of course, you have to comply with that. And normally, if it's a moving violation, it just means that you don't get a similar violation within that probationary period. If you do everything you're supposed to do, you've paid up all your fees, those cases will be dismissed. For individuals that comply with the defensive driving, those citations will be dismissed, and they would not be reported to the Department of Public Safety. So that's something that you need to consider. Now, if you're here and you want to pay the fine, but you don't have the money, let me know. And what we will do is that we will do a time pay. What that basically means is that we will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. Certainly, if you paid within the 30 days, you satisfied your obligation. However, if you go beyond the 30 days, you will be put on a time payment plan. Normally, it's no less than $50 a month until the whole amount is paid. However, if you do go into a time payment plan, there will be a $15 time payment fee that's added to the fine amount. Now, that time payment fee, it's automatically assessed. I do not have the authority to reduce it, ignore it, do anything to it. That will be automatically assessed. Now, we have today here on our docket, we have Mr. John Mead. Mr. Mead is the prosecutor, and he represents the state of Texas. For those individuals that enter a plea of not guilty, okay, I'm going to ask you to visit with him to see if y'all can work something out. If you have 3 or more citations, I'm going to ask you to visit with him, once again, with the hopes of reaching some type of a plea bargain agreement. So it'll create kind of like a win-win situation, and that way, maybe it'll work out a little better for you. You're welcome to come before me, but if I do that and I find you guilty on all violations, I may very well assess a fine on all the violations. So it really would be to your benefit to try to work something out if you can. And if it can't be done, well, that's fine. We'll just go forward on it, or we'll set it down for a trial. Okay, now, for everyone out there, whether you're on video or audio, I'm going to go ahead and administer an oath. And then for those that are just on audio, I'll ask you specifically if you acknowledge taking the oath. So those individuals that are on video, if you'll raise your right hand. Do y'all swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Okay, Mrs. Stager, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Mrs. Elvira Dominguez, can you give me a thumbs up if you acknowledge it? Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Reynolds, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Thank you, sir. London Spears, Okay, I cannot see you. There you go. I see your thumbs. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Gonzalez Nahar, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? If you'll give me a thumbs up if you acknowledge it. Give me a thumbs up there, Mr. Okay, very good. Okay, for the real, okay, now see Miguel, I guess Cardenas as well. Very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Clarissa, I'm going to go ahead and call the docket for November the 4th, 2020. And for those individuals that did not appear, we're going to go ahead and issue a pre-arrest warrant if this is their first court date that they missed. If they missed a prior one that they were on Zoom, we will go ahead and issue a warrant. Okay.
Judge,
Yeah.
on page 2 at the very bottom, we have Miguel Cardenas.
Miguel, on what page?
On page 2 at the very bottom,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
number 14 on the docket.
Yes.
What number?
Number 14.
14. Okay. Anybody else, Clarissa? Oh, hey, Clarissa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you kind of talk to the side,
I'm sorry. That's it. I'm sorry.
Very good.
I'm
No
trying to
problem.
pull the jackets at the same time. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's go ahead and call the docket for those individuals that I do not show having appeared. Karsha Flowers has 2 citations. Ivan Favela, 1 citation. Ross Lawrence Bork has 3 citations, and I have him as a no-show. Carla Bell has 3 citations. Show him as a no-show. Darius Dwayne Demby has 2 citations, and I have him as a no-show. Brandon Cruz Arellano has 4 citations, and I do not show where he is here. Then we'll drop down to page 3. Bernardes Alban Castillo has 4 citations, no show. Juan M. Acuna has 3 citations, no show. Jessica Brooke Franks, 1 citation, no show. Jorge Albaguena, 2 citations. I'm going to show him as a no-show. Travis Brian Dietzman as a no-show. Miguel Gonzalo Escobar as a no-show. Okay, then that takes us to page 4. Joshua Spencer Bailey, 2 citations, no show. Arthur Valentin Guerrero, 3 citations, no show. Teray Sean Lampkins, 2 citations as a no show. Roberto Andres Garcia, 3 citations as a no show. Kitana Delise Johnson as a no show. Jerome Linnell Reyna as a no-show. Samantha Renee Mullen, 3 citations as a no-show. Stephen Thomas Cepeda as a no-show. Okay, we'll go on page 5. Juan Antonio Rocha Moreno, 2 citations, no-show. Alfredo Jose Herrera, 1 citation, no-show. Rafael, no, strike that. Monica Ruiz Liu, 1 citation, no show. Randy Lee Chouette as a no show. Ashley DeAngelo, no show. Angela Marie Aguano, no show. Aguayo,
Needs to move.
that would be Angela Marie Aguayo. Juan Jesus Rodea as a no show. Johnny Franklin Ivy as a no-show. Christian Nicole Mireles as a no-show. Alexis Marie Navarez has 3 citations as a no-show. Then that should conclude it. Is that about right, Clarissa?
That's it. That's what I
Okay,
have.
good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, but let's go ahead and get Mr. Mead busy.
Okay, looks like the first one we're gonna send John Mead with is Osvaldo Mora. He's on page 2.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Mora, just be sure you're taken off of mute when you go into the room with John Mead, please. Only added one extra person. Okay. All right, Judge. So we're gonna start, I guess, with Fred Neal.
Yes.
Fred Neal had requested community service a while back, July of, gosh, I can't even read that. July of 2018. And he never completed it. And so he wanted to be put on the docket to talk to you to see if there's anything he can do.
How many hours was he supposed to do?
Okay, on his first violation of speeding, he had 23 hours. On his second violation for violate promise to appear, he had 25 hours.
Okay. And what was the date on that? Was it July of 2018?
Yes, sir. It was due September 23rd of 2018. So he's still with DPS, so
Okay.
wondering
Okay,
if maybe that's why.
if we can unmute Mr. Neal.
Mr. Neal, can you unmute yourself so that you can talk to the judge?
Hello?
There you go. Okay, Mr. Neal, can you hear me okay, sir?
Yes,
Okay. Mr. Neal, were you able to hear what Clarissa just told the court about your request for community service, the number of hours, and the fact that you've not done the community service?
correct.
Okay,
Yes,
so how are we going to address this problem?
I wanted to see if I could, I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Hold on, Mr. Neal.
Okay. Hello?
Clarissa, we have a gentleman on the phone.
I don't know who that is. Let's see. It might be one of the ones that just called in. Let me mute them.
Okay, he's muted. Okay, good. Okay, Mr. Neal, tell me what we can do to take care of this problem, sir.
I wanted to see if I can get it reinstated. At the time, I got sick. Still am sick. I have health issues. So that's what had caused me to miss the deadline for the community service. So I was trying to see if I can maybe get it reinstated to do it over.
Okay. Well, do you feel that if we reinstate it, you're going to have the time to do it?
Well, I mean, at this point, I really don't have the other option because I'm sick and I don't have the money to pay it. So I would have no other choice but to, because I would need my license to get back and forth for my doctor's appointments.
Okay. Clarissa, let me ask you this. Was this request for community service, was that just to pay the fine? Was there a judgment?
It's for the, yes, it's for the total amount of the fine, collection fees and omni fees and warrant fee.
Okay.
And it's for that full amount that's on the assessed line on the docket.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So for the, for the speeding, that's the 283. That one was for, the speeding was for the 23 hours and the failure to appear or violate promise to appear was for 25 hours.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Neal, let me ask you this, sir. Are you employed?
It only shows 3 numbers.
Mr. Neal?
No, I'm not. No,
You're
I'm
not
not employed at the moment. No, I'm currently trying to get disability.
I see. Okay, well, why don't we do this, Clarissa? Let's go ahead and send Mr. Neal a packet,
Okay,
an indigency packet, since he's
yes, sir.
applying for disability. Mr. Neal, what's going to happen, sir, is that the court is going to send you some paperwork that I'd like for you to fill out. And there's some documentation that you're going to need to add it supporting what amounts to is a financial statement. And if you're
Oh,
and once you get that, within a week, I'd like for you to go have it filled out, sent back, and then we will review it, or at least I'll review it and determine what your indigency status is. And then we'll make a decision based on that.
Okay.
Okay. Clarissa, why don't we do, I guess, just for our sake, let's go ahead and reset his cases for 30 days.
You want it set for a hearing on that day, or do you want to just have it, him have the hearing if the paperwork's not turned back in and a decision's not made?
Yes, yes. that-
Okay. So if we get the paperwork back, we'll deal with that instead of coming back in.
That is correct.
Okay,
Okay,
This-
Mr. Neal, so you need to be on the lookout, sir, for a packet that the court's going to send you, and you need to get that answered within 5 days. Make sure you attach the supporting data and then send it back to us.
Okay.
Mr. Neal, are you still on Elk Lake?
No.
Okay, I need you to call our court and give us your updated address so that we can mail this paperwork to the correct address.
I think you guys have the updated address because that's how I got the Zoom letter.
Okay, well, maybe it's in the computer then. It's just not on your jacket. Okay,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Neal, I'm going to excuse you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge, we had a couple people call in while you were talking to Mr. Neal. We have somebody calling from the last 3 digits of their phone number, 578. If you can unmute yourself, please, and let us know your name so we can get you logged in for court.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your name?
Philip Walkovac.
Oh, okay, he was on here earlier. He had to hang up. He was having bad reception. It's
Actually, he's
number
back.
2 on the docket.
Right.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want his name
Okay,
on?
sir, just one moment. Let me get somebody else logged in and we'll be
Yes,
right
ma'am.
with you. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. If you're calling and your last 3 digits of your phone number are 754, can you unmute yourself and give us your name so we can get you logged in? Somebody calling from the last 3 digits of their phone number, 754. Please unmute yourself because we can't hear you and we need to know your name to get you logged in. There's also somebody calling.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. What's your name, sir?
Jorge Alvarenga.
Okay.
You know
Are
what?
you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Just
hold
one
on.
moment. I'm just getting you logged in here real quick. The judge will be with you in just a bit. Okay,
He's on-
John and,
Mr. Mora is not back,
Okay, hold on.
oh, let me close the room. I'm sorry. Trying to do 2 things.
but I need to go back with him. I forgot a ticket we need to talk about.
Okay, let me bring him back, then send you back in.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we're gonna add somebody to the list. It's number 15,
He's on
and
page
his
3.
name, he's on page 3, yes.
Right.
His name,
He
Um,
is,
Jorge
His name is Jor-
Alvarenga.
I see him. Number
Okay.
15 or 14?
he's gonna be number 15.
Okay.
Okay, do we have, Mr. Mora back in here yet?
I don't know. No, he's not. I don't see him.
Yes, I'm back.
Yeah, there he is.
There you are.
He's there. We
Okay,
need to
so
go back. I forgot one of your tickets. We need to go back in the room. We need to talk about that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, hey Clarissa, we have someone in with a phone ending 831.
Yeah, I can't, I've asked them to unmute themselves, but I can't get them to unmute themselves. I think they're having difficulty. I think they've called our office, but they can't seem to
Okay.
get it to work. I don't know who they are.
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Philip Walkovac.
Okay, I sent you a text, Judge, with some paperwork for him
Okay, let me,
regarding his, yeah, I sent it to you and John.
all right, let me
It's
take,
a copy of his registration information.
okay,
Might be upside down. Sorry about that.
that's all right.
You want me to try and take it again and send it?
No, 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 no.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Citation was issued on 5/8. Okay, looks like he got it on 5/13.
Yeah, but it was expired 5/20, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
It expired what?
5/20, like a few days after. It was a temporary permit.
Well,
Philip, if
it
you
was
can unmute
expired.
yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Yawalkovac? Can you unmute yourself, sir? There we go. All right, great. Mr.
Okay,
Walkovac,
yes.
just stand by. Just leave yourself unmuted. Clarissa, so then it looks like the date of the receipt was on 5/13 and the
Yes.
offense was on 5/8.
Yes. Yes, so he did register it at a couple days after,
Right.
but it was, I don't know if it matters that it's a temporary permit only.
No, I don't think it.
Okay.
Okay, but that's.
But he just didn't.
How did you renew that registration? So did you do it by mail or how did you do it?
I had to go to a third party, sir, online because of the coronavirus shutting everything down. That's why I didn't have registration to begin with.
Okay,
So I went to a third party online and I paid out the wazoo for $54 for 7 or 9 days. And I had
okay,
to do that, keep doing that.
all right. Okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do, Clarissa. I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss
Okay.
the citation. I'm gonna go ahead and waive the fine on it.
Okay.
Okay, okay, Mr. Walkovac, I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss it.
Yes.
Normally,
Thank you, sir.
yeah, and under normal circumstances, we can assess a fine up to $20. But given the situation that you're in, and of course the pandemic, I'm gonna go ahead and waive that fine.
Thank you, Mr. Morales.
Okay, very good. And with that, sir, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, so you are free to go.
Thank you very much. You have a blessed day.
You too, thank you. Okay, Clarissa, looks like bottom of page 3. Oh, let's see, we have Mr. Mead back. Let's go.
Yes, and I closed the room, so Mr. Morris should be back on here.
There he is right there.
Good.
Where
he's
is Mr. Moore? I don't see him.
As you can see his name only, Judge.
I see him now. Okay,
Okay.
very good.
And
Okay.
now you can see him.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Moore's got 5 citations. Here's how we're going to dispose of them. It's going to be something that one of them we might have to reset, but he's and I'm going to recommend that he got his license plate light fixed, and I'm going to recommend that be no priced.
The unclean license plate?
That's right.
Okay.
On the license plate light.
Okay.
Oh, license plate light, okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, on the driver's license, he's going to do a straight plea for $175. Fine and court costs. On the unclean license plate, wherever that is,
The top one.
Yeah. top one, He's gonna do a straight plea for $300. I'm gonna TIC the wrong or fictitious or obscured license plate. And then we come up with possession of drug paraphernalia. I was gonna recommend 9 days deferred for $375. Now, we can do the pleas on the 2 straight pleas, Your Honor, and he needs time to pay. And on the drug paraphernalia, he can't even pay the court costs today. So I figured that we would let him, with your permission, if you would approve the plea bargain, he can come do that, or reset it for 30 days on the drug paraphernalia and take care of these other 4 today.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do that. Okay.
He needs time to pay the $475 total on the
Right.
driver's license, unclean license plate.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, Mr. Mora, did you hear what Mr. Mead represented to the court, sir?
Yes.
Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, now let me ask you this, with respect to the displaying unclean license plates, how do you plead? Guilty? Guilty or no contest?
Can you repeat that?
Okay, to the charge of displaying unclean license plates, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Okay, and then to the charge of no driver's license, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty, okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. Now, Mr. Mead, let me ask you this, on the resetting of the possession of drug paraphernalia, are you is he willing to accept the offer that you made?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Mora, with respect to the possession charge, now we are resetting it for 30 days.
Okay.
But it looks like the state had recommended, now what was it again, Mr. Mead, deferred?
9 days deferred, deferred fee $375.
Okay. And how do you plead to that charge, sir?
No contest.
Okay, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be the order of the court. I'm gonna go ahead and accept your plea of no contest to the charge of displaying unclean license plate. I'm gonna assess a $300 fine, and we're gonna go ahead and put you on a time pay, so you'll have time to pay. Okay?
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
with respect to the no driver's license, I'm gonna accept your plea of guilty, assess a fine of $175, and once again, we're gonna put you on a time pay. I'm gonna go ahead and note that the state is non-prosecuting the no license plate light, and so that charge will be dismissed. I also show that the state is taking into consideration the wrong, fictitious, altered, or obscured license plate, so that will be dismissed. Now, with respect to the possession charge, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-approve you for a deferred for 90 days with a deferred fee of $375, okay? Now, what that basically means is that if you wanna come anytime before the 30 days, you can go ahead and take care of it, so you'll be on deferred. But if for some reason you do not take care of them, then you have to be back in court on that reset date. Did you understand?
Okay.
Mr. Mora?
Yes.
Okay, all right, very good. Mr. Mead, anything else?
And on this one, no, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Okay, Mr. Mora, anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Mora?
Mr. Moore, are you still on Parkview Drive?
Yes.
Okay, that's where we're gonna mail your paperwork.
Okay.
Judge,
thank
can
you.
I ask you one more question on the 30-day reset for the deferred? Is that for court cost only with balance due by end, or are we
Yes.
doing full?
It's probably gonna be court costs only.
Okay.
With the court's approval.
Yes, okay, I'll go ahead and what that basically means, Mr. Mora, is that when you come to court to take care of that, whether you do it before the court date or on that court date, you will pay the court cost of $81. And then the difference between that and the $375 will be due 90 days later.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mora, if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir.
Okay.
All right?
No questions.
Okay, Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Okay, Clarissa, who does Mr. Mead need to see next? Who's number 5? Okay,
Like,
number 6.
like Charlotte. Not. That looks like has 3 violations.
Now, who's that?
Charlotte Rebar, numbered 9.
Okay,
Where is she, Carissa?
She's on page
Page
1 at
one.
the top.
Page
Oh, I'm
what?
sorry. Page 1 toward the top.
Okay, all right, I got it.
Okay. Charlotte, if you can unmute yourself, you're going to go in the breakout room with Attorney John Mead.
This is Charlotte Rebar. Can you?
Oopsie. Okay.
okay. Now, we've got on the bottom of page 3, Clarissa, Roberto
Yes.
D. Gonzalez Najar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez Najar, if you can unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Najar, you're under the age of 25. Now you have a citation for no driver's license. To that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. And tell me about not having a driver's license. Have you ever had a driver's license?
No, I haven't, sir. I'm actually I'm from Mexico, so I'm not able to do.
Well, do you have a Mexican driver's license?
I don't. I came when I was younger. I'm an international student.
Okay. Well, did you just want to pay the fine since you don't have a driver's license?
Yeah, if that's the option, yes, sir.
Well, that's really the only option available.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I do that. Can I be like on a payment plan?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of guilty to the charge of no driver's license. I'm going to go ahead and assess a fine of $167. And we're going to go ahead and put you on a time pay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Clarissa, do we need any information from Mr. Gonzalez Najar?
Roberto, are you still on La Rosa Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's where I'm going to send your payment plan. If you can sign one and return it to us, that would be great.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We're going to excuse you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Clarissa.
Judge, we have, the next one is Kaylee Stager on the top of page 5.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, number 5. Okay, Miss Stager, can you, okay, you're unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, very good. Miss Stager, you are under the age of 25. Is that correct?
yep,
Okay, and you have a charge of speeding and it's alleged you were doing 66 and a 50. To that charge, ma'am, how do you plead?
no contest.
Okay, and what did you want to do with this citation?
I wanted to try to get the defensive driving.
Okay, let me ask you 4 questions. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Yes,
Are you covered by insurance?
yes,
Have you taken the defensive driving class within the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
no,
Okay, and can you pay $144 today?
yes,
All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and approve you for the defensive driving class. And of course, you'll have 90 days to do the class and to turn in your paperwork. So make sure that you do it within the 90 days, okay?
yes, sir.
All right. Now, Clarissa, what instructions do you want to give Ms. Stager?
I just need you to call our court office by 3 o'clock today.
Okay,
Okay, and let me give you 2 phone numbers. Do you have something to write with, Kaylee?
I'll type it in real quick.
Okay, Okay.
Give me 1 moment.
problem.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, 210-648-4923. That's the office, and I'm going to give you a cell phone number in case that one's not available for any reason. It's 210-837-3733. 3704.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. If you can call them by 3 and we'll get that all taken care of.
Okay. Is that am I like on probation for like the whatever? So like I can't get a ticket for however
No.
many days?
No, you're not on probation. I mean, obviously you shouldn't get a ticket, but
Yeah.
if you happen to get one, it's not going to affect this citation as long as you do the class timely and you turn in your paperwork.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Mhm.
Okay, unless you have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and excuse you.
Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Clarissa, that takes us down to bottom of page 4, Elvira Dominguez.
Yes. Ms.
Okay.
Dominguez, if you can unmute yourself, the judge can speak with you.
Where?
Hello?
Mrs. Dominguez.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, okay, is that you on the left with the white?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
her
great.
daughter. I'm helping her because she didn't know how to do the Zoom and that.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your help.
Okay,
Now
welcome.
she's going to
Thank
be a
you.
professional at it.
Thank you.
Ms. Dominguez, you have 2 tickets, ma'am. One is an expired registration. To that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest, okay? And then you also have failure to maintain insurance as a second offense. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the registration first. Were
Okay.
y'all able to get the vehicle registered within 20 business days from?
Yes, she went on the 23rd and got it registered and insured.
Okay,
Judge, we do have that here with us.
Yes,
I have
we did.
got it. It is verified and it is registered and it was done by the 23rd. Ticket was issued on the 18th of September and they did this by the 23rd.
okay. Was there any penalty assessed?
There wasn't, but I don't think I don't think they're allowed to yet.
Okay, right. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accept it. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that charge.
Thank you.
Okay. Now there is a, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and waive the fine.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be on the what?
That's on the registration.
Okay.
Okay. Normally we can assess as much as a $20 fine, but I'm going to go ahead and waive that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay. Now, Clarissa, do we have information on the insurance?
The insurance, we did verify it is a second offense. The previous offense was in 1991 though.
Okay.
Not with us, but with another agency back in 1991.
Okay. All right. And when did she purchase the insurance?
I don't have any,
Okay, the insurance was purchased on, is this your insurance, Mom? The same date. On the 23rd, 9/23 from La Familia Agency
Okay.
on the same
All right.
9/23.
Okay. This is what we're going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the option, Ms. Dominguez. Option number 1 is to pay a reduced fine for a total, since it is a second offense, second offense. Okay, 1991, God, that's a long time.
yes, it's been a very long time.
Yeah.
Right.
Over
So
30
if you
years.
if you just want to pay the fine, I'm going to assess a $200 fine.
You
Okay?
want to pay?
If
Okay.
you do,
Okay.
if you want to be put on probation to where it doesn't get reported to DPS, then it would be a deferred, in other words, probation, a probationary fee or a special expense fee of $300. And then she would have to maintain insurance for 6 months. And if she does all that and pays up all her fees, then it'll be dismissed, doesn't get reported to DPS.
Okay, so she has that option, Your Honor, but the first option you gave her was to pay $200. Will that still be on her like record if she does that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me tell her, do you want to do the, where it's going to be on your record, you pay the 200, or you want the other option where?
Pay 300 and keep up with my insurance?
Yes, can you explain that second option to her one more time, please?
Okay, what that means is this, I would put you on probation.
Probation.
Now, what that means is that you pay a special expense fee of $300
Okay,
and then you maintain insurance for 6 months.
6
At
months.
the end of 6 months, you show us that you maintain the insurance. And if
Maintain.
everything is in order and there's no lapses in coverage, then it'll be dismissed, doesn't get reported to DPS.
You want that option?
Yeah.
She would like to take that option, Your Honor.
Okay?
Does that
So we're
include
gonna-
the 2 months I already paid on it?
I'm sorry?
Does that include the 2 months I've already paid? Because
You're-
it's gonna be my
It
third.
starts from today.
Oh, it starts from today.
Okay.
Okay. She's just double checking.
Okay, no, that's okay. Not a problem. Okay, now let me ask you this. Can she pay that today?
Can you
No,
pay?
that's tomorrow morning.
Can she go ahead and pay tomorrow morning?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Is that at the Atkins?
Is that at Atkins?
No, Clarissa, you want to give her the address or how to pay that?
Okay, you can call and pay by phone, or you can pay by mail, or you can pay in person. If you're coming to our location, you would come to 2412
2412 FM.
FM 1516 South. It's in China Grove, right before you get to Atkins.
156 South?
1516 South.
1516 South.
I can get
Okay.
my work card right now, my number.
She says she can give you her work card right now.
I got.
Okay, well, you don't want to do that on here, so let me give you a phone number
Okay,
and give them a call by 3 and they can process it and mail
I'm
you the-
ready.
and they can mail her the paperwork.
Okay,
It's 210
Okay.
648
okay.
4923.
4923.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, that's our court office.
Court office. Okay, I got it.
Okay, do y'all have any questions, Ms. Dominguez?
No, I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse y'all. So make sure
Okay.
y'all call that number.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, Your Honor.
Thank
You're very
you.
welcome, ma'am. Y'all have a
Have
good
a
day.
good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Mr. Mead, if you could unmute yourself.
Yeah, 300 in it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who were you visiting with?
I was visiting with Charlotte Rebar,
Okay, page 1.
page 1, close to the top.
Yes.
She's got 3 very old pending charges.
Okay,
And she wants to take care of all of them right now.
okay.
She's going pretty fast. I was going to recommend with the court permission for a plea of guilty on the speeding, we give her 120 days deferred with a deferred fee of $425, which will include court cost, omni, and collection.
For how long, John?
120.
Okay,
And the warrant. No, there's no warrant. Okay.
Yeah.
And then on the expired license, she's going to do a straight plea for $275 deferred fee, Your Honor, which is going to include, again, court cost, omni, and collection.
and that's deferred or a straight fee?
Straight plea.
Great, yeah, okay.
And on the defective stop lamp, I'm going to take that in consideration and recommend the court dismiss that charge.
Okay, now,
The total fees are $700, and she wants to pay them today by credit card.
okay. Okay, Ms. Rebar, were you able to hear that, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, Ms. Rebar, I have you, I guess you're on the phone. First of all, do you acknowledge taking the oath I administered earlier?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, now, I'm going to go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. Now, to the charge of speeding 74 and a 50, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest, okay. And to the charge of expired operator's license, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, all right, I'm going to go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest to the charge of speeding 74 and a 50. I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred disposition for 120 days with a special expense fee of $425, which will be paid today. With regard to the expired operator's license, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of no contest, assess a fine of $275, which will be paid today. And I'm going to go ahead and show that the state has taken into consideration the charge of defective stop lamps. So that charge will be dismissed. Okay, Ms. Rebar, do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
So
Okay,
Clarissa, could you give her the cell number? I gave her the landline, but the cell I didn't give her.
Sure, it's 210-837-3704.
Okay, thank you.
If you can
All
call
right.
them by 3, they can go ahead and take payments and get your license cleared with DPS today.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Great. John Mead, we have Emilio Ramirez Torres,
What page?
Okay,
page 6.
Okay,
Mr. Torres, can you please unmute yourself so you can go in the breakout room with Attorney John Mead?
Good afternoon.
need to go to the breakout room, Mr. Torrey.
Judge, I don't know who this is trying to come in. Let me admit, it might just be one of our police officers trying to come into the court. Yep, it's Police Officer Michelle
okay.
Gomez. So we'll just have her stay right there. Okay, so our next one we have is Belissa Barba. She's on page 6.
Got it. Okay, Mr. Barba, let's see.
It's Belissa, it's a female.
Okay, Belissa, I'm sorry. I should have seen that. I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, Belissa, now I show that you are under the age of 25. Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
You're under the age of 25?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Melissa, you have a charge of animals running at large. To that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. If you will stand by, I'm going to allow you to visit with the prosecutor, see if y'all can work something out. Now, in the event that you cannot work anything out with the state, we're going to have to set it down for a trial. Did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
The jury.
Jury? Okay. Okay, so if you'll just go ahead and stand by.
You'll be the next one to go in, Melissa.
Okay.
Okay, so just stand by.
So we have London Spears next, Judge.
What page?
Page 5.
London Spears, okay.
And then if you can unmute yourself, please.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Spears. Okay, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Spears, you have 2 offenses. One is a speeding, and it's alleged you were doing 65 and a 50. To that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, and you also have a charge of an expired registration. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, let's talk about that one first. Now, you received the ticket on September the 19th of this year. Have you renewed the registration?
It's not my vehicle. I was driving my mom's vehicle.
Do you know if your mom has renewed it?
That I'm not sure. We're not on speaking terms right now. So.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, what did you want to do on that citation?
I was wondering if there's something I can do. I've been out of work since February due to COVID shutting the place that I was working down. I'm not really sure what my options are at the moment.
What's the likelihood of them bringing you back?
The shop is closed and I just graduated. That I was actually on the way to school when I got stopped. I went to school in San Antonio. I was driving back and forth from Victoria.
Okay.
So I'm actually trying to work for myself because the shop that I was at is closed indefinitely.
I see. Well, do you want to do community service?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is that with regard to the registration, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of no contest. I'm going to go ahead and assess a fine of $116, but then you're going to go ahead and do 8 hours of community service, and it's going to be at any church or civic organization. Okay, as long
Okay,
as you don't get paid for it.
Okay, yes, sir. Does it have to be in China Grove
No,
or?
no,
Okay,
anywhere where you live or wherever you'd like. And I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and give you 30 days to get the community service done for that offense.
okay, yes, sir.
Okay? All right. Now, with respect to the speeding ticket, what did you want to do on that one?
I guess, is there a community service that I could add as
Yeah, we can
well?
do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of no contest to the charge of speeding 65 and a 50. I'm going to go ahead and assess, let's see here, it's a fine of $245, but you're going to go ahead and do 16 hours. And I'm going to go ahead and give you, let's see, 8:30. You know what, Clarissa, let's go ahead and give her 60 days for both.
For both? Okay.
Yes. Okay, so you'll have 60 days, ma'am, to go ahead and do the community service and turn in your verification sheet.
Okay. Are y'all gonna mail me paperwork just so I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
kind of what I will know? What I
Definitely.
can
We'll
do?
mail it to
Okay.
you. It'll have the time period you have, the due date, and the amount of hours listed on it. Are you still on Flamingo Drive?
Yes.
Okay, that's where we'll mail it, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
You should have it within about a week.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Spears, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. Okay, Clarissa, is it
Don't have
Rafael
John.
Ortiz?
We still don't have John back, so yeah, we're gonna go
No.
on to Mr. Ortiz.
Ortiz?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Mr. Rafael Ortiz, can you unmute yourself, sir? Mr. Ortiz, if you can hear me, unmute yourself.
Send him a
There
request.
we go,
There you
we got it. Okay, very good. Mr. Ortiz, you have,
Yes, sir.
how are you doing, sir? Okay,
I'm
Mr.
doing good.
Ortiz,
How about yourself?
I'm doing great. You have a charge of speeding and it's alleged you were doing 61 and a 35. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, you know, before I accept your plea, Mr. Ortiz, you're on the phone. Do you acknowledge taking the oath that I administered earlier?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So once again, since you've already acknowledged the oath to the charge of speeding 61 and 35, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Okay, and what did you want to do with this offense?
I wanted to see if I could take it off, take that defensive class.
Defensive driving? Okay, let me ask you 4 questions.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you covered by insurance?
Yes, sir.
Have you taken the defensive driving class within the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
No, sir.
Okay, and can you pay $144 today?
140. No, I could pay it tomorrow though.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and authorize you to take the defensive driving class. You're gonna call the court tomorrow and you're gonna pay the court cost of $144. Do you have the phone numbers to the court, sir, that Clarissa gave earlier?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, correct. So this is what else we're gonna do, Mr. Ortiz. Just in the event something were to happen that you don't pay it tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and reset your case for 30 days. And so if you don't pay it tomorrow, anytime before the 30 days, you gotta be back in court in 30 days. If you take care of it, then you won't have to appear.
Sounds good.
All right, very good. All right.
Yes, sir.
Clarissa, anything else for Mr. Ortiz?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, I'm gonna go ahead and release you, sir.
All right. Thank
Okay?
you.
All right, thank you. Okay, Clarissa.
Okay, so we should be at Jorge Alvarenga. Alvarenga?
Number 12.
He's on page 3 in the middle. Everybody else has got multiples, so we have to skip.
Wait a minute. I show Mrs. Kaylin Hanselman, number 12.
Now, if I have her. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, she has 3 violations, though.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're
Okay.
correct. Okay, so then that takes us, and who's 14?
14 is Miguel Cardenas. Do y'all have him on there?
I think.
He's up, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna close the breakout room real quick with Mr. Mead and Emilio Ramirez Torres.
Yes.
Okay, now where
Okay,
is he, Clarissa?
Oh, Emilio Ramirez Torres is on
Yes, I'm
6.
here.
He's on page 6.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Mead,
Yes, sir.
okay, on Mr. Ramirez Torres, were y'all able to reach any kind of an agreement?
We had a conversation, and after we talked a while about these, Mr. Ramirez Torres decided that he wanted to plead not guilty and set these cases for non-jury trial.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, Mr. Ramirez Torres, let me go ahead and take your plea to the charge of driving while license invalid or suspended. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, and you are requesting a non-jury trial, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and set it. To the charge of failed to maintain insurance, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and set it for a non-jury trial. Is that what you want?
Excuse me?
Okay.
Yes,
you
yes.
wanna set it down for a non-jury trial?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, and then finally, to the charge of failed to provide evidence of insurance, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, and you're requesting a non-jury trial, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so what's gonna happen, Mr. Torres, is that the court's gonna send you a court date for on a non-jury docket, and then we'll try those cases all at one time.
Correct. Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir.
Mr. Torres, are you still in apartment 901?
Yeah, 8702 Village Drive.
Okay,
apartment
thank you.
901.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
I'll mail your not guilty form there for you to fill out and return to us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, John, we have Melissa Barba. And she was pleading not guilty, and she's going to talk to you first.
Hang on, yeah.
It's for animal running at large. She's on page 6. The very last person on there, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I see her there.
Okay, Miss Barba, if you can unmute yourself, you're going to go ahead and go into the breakout room. Oops. Let me open the room. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Okay. So that puts us back, Judge, with Jorge.
Alvareña.
Yes,
Venga.
is on page 3 in the middle of the page.
Hello.
Mr. Alvarenga, how do you pronounce
It's
your
a
last name?
juvenile.
Yes, hello.
How do you pronounce your last name?
L.A.
No, how do you
B.
pronounce it?
Alvarenga.
Alvarenga. Okay. Mr. Alvarenga, it's my understanding, sir, that you're 16 years old?
Yes.
Okay, and is there a parent there with you?
Excuse me?
Is either your mom or your dad or a guardian there with you?
Well, with me is living my... Where is the primo? My cousin.
Okay, who is there with you?
Like, who is living with me?
No. Are you there by yourself?
Well, when I get the ticket,
No. Right now, who's with you? Is anybody with you?
Oh, my cousin.
Your what? Your cousin?
Yes.
Your cousin. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because
so-
I am the little translate with my cousin because he don't speak English.
Okay, well, this is the problem, sir. The fact that you're 16 years old, I need a parent or a guardian present with you. So I
am.
I'm sorry?
I am.
You are what?
I am I am Luis David Alvarenga Lara.
And who are you?
I am the cousin for Jorge Alvarenga.
You're the what now?
Cousin.
Cousin, okay. I cannot take your plea with a cousin. I need to take it with a parent or a legal guardian.
Oh, the problem is like he don't have the mom and dad right here. He only have me. He is living with me now.
Where are they? Where are his parents?
Oh, in Honduras.
In Honduras.
Yes. Tu mami está en Colorado. Okay, her mom is in Colorado.
Okay. Does she have a computer?
No.
Okay. Does she have a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. Clarissa, we're gonna have to reset.
Okay.
And send get the phone number for the mother.
Okay.
We can zoom her in as well.
Does his mother speak English?
No.
Okay, well, we're gonna need
Okay, we'll get somebody to interpret for her. So does he have her address or anything?
Yes, he is living 1401 Patricia.
No, you don't have to say it online. Can you call our court and give is that Jorge's address or his mother's address?
It's Jorge address.
Okay, we're gonna need some contact information for the mother. Do y'all have her phone number? Don't say it over. Yeah, don't say it on here, but.
Okay, let's just Clarissa, let's just have Jorge call the court.
Okay. Can I give you a number, Luis, for Jorge to call the court? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give him this phone number. It's 210.
Okay, let me see. 210.
648 4923. And if he calls that number or somebody calls for him, we just need his mother's phone number. So we can contact her somehow to get her to appear in court with him and probably not till December 16th when we can reset him again.
Okay. And who can I pay that ticket?
Is he just wanting to pay them? Well,
we still
need to see the parent because he's only 16.
Okay, like he can pay it, the ticket.
Let me explain. Mr. Alvarenga, I want to go ahead and talk to you in Spanish, okay?
Okay.
Okay, mire, señor, la problema es esto, mire. Jorge tiene la edad de 16 años.
Okay.
En la ley, yo no puedo aceptar su declaración si un pariente está presente. Ve. So, lo que vamos a hacer es vamos a pasar el caso para otra fecha, pero Jorge le va a hablar a la corte para darles el número de su mamá. Y así, cuando tengamos la corte en diciembre, ella va a aparecer sobre el teléfono y también Jorge. Y a ese tiempo le aceptamos su declaración.
Es que, es que Jorge no sabe de su mamá. O sea, su mamá vive en Colorado, pero él no tiene contacto con su mamá. Yo soy el encargado de Jorge.
Sí, pero usted no es el papá ni la mamá. Ese es el problema.
No.
Ok, usted tiene,
sí, pero
¿usted tiene documentos enseñando que usted tiene derechos sobre Jorge?
Disculpa.
¿Tiene documentos enseñando que usted puede hablar por Jorge.
Pues documentos no tengo, pero pues él está conmigo, él vive conmigo.
Sí, pero ese no es suficiente bajo la ley.
Ok.
So, mire, lo que yo quiero hacer es esto. ¿Por qué no usted le habla a la mamá de Jorge? Dígale que lo necesitamos a ella para que aparezca en la corte en diciembre. Y le vamos a mandar una manera donde ella se puede comunicar con la corte en el día en la fecha de la corte.
¿Qué otra manera hay exactamente?
No hay otra
Porque
manera.
no creo...
No hay otra manera, señor. No le puedo aceptar la declaración porque es de edad de 16. ¿Ok?
Bueno, ok. Y por si alguna manera, ella pues, ¿cómo le explico? Como ella no acepta hacerlo porque ella ya tiene mucho de que no habla con Jorge, ¿me entiende?
O usted le va a tener que explicar a la mamá de Jorge.
Ajá,
Ella
exactamente,
tiene que
pero
estar
ok.
presente.
Ok, si yo le explico a ella, ¿verdad? Y ella aún no acepta porque ella vive en Colorado, entonces, ¿cómo se le puede hacer? Porque
Pues ella
entonces
va a
Jorge
ser,
queda mal o cómo.
va a ser sobre el teléfono. Ella va a llamarle a la corte. Ella va a estar en Colorado en su teléfono.
Ok, está bien.
¿Ok?
Está bien, ok, está bien. Entonces, ¿cuándo sería la corte y cómo son los pasos que hay que seguir?
Va a ser el día 16 de diciembre.
Ok,
¿Ok?
ok,
Pero mire, necesito que Jorge o usted le hable a la corte ahorita para que los dé el número de la mamá de Jorge para poder mandarle
ok,
notificación cuando ella tiene que aparecer también.
ok.
¿Ok? ¿Usted tiene el número de la corte?
Sí, sería el 210-648-4923, ¿verdad?
Sí, correcto.
Ok, entonces yo puedo hablar hoy más tarde por
Sí,
esto, ¿verdad? ¿Hasta qué hora?
antes de las 3:30.
Ok, muchas gracias. Yo hablo entonces y en la corte sería el 16 de diciembre.
Sí, pero le van a mandar documentos enseñando todo eso.
Ok,
¿Ok?
bueno.
Ándele. Bueno, ya puede colgar.
Bueno, gracias.
Ándele, de nada. Adiós. Okay, Mr. Mead.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're visiting with Melissa Barba.
Melissa, if you can unmute your phone.
She's unmuted.
She's unmuted.
Yeah, she just did.
She wants to persist in her plea of not guilty and set the case for non-jury trial.
Okay, very good. Okay, Miss Barba, I'm going to go ahead and set it down for a jury trial. Is that correct?
Non-jury, Your Honor. Did you say jury trial, Ms. Barba?
Yeah, jury trial.
Yeah, she had initially requested a jury trial.
In that case, then.
All right, very good. So just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and release you, Ms. Barba, and you'll be getting some documents from the court with a pretrial conference date. Okay?
Okay.
All right, ma'am, you're excused. Thank you. Okay,
Hey, Mr.
Clarissa,
Mead.
let's see.
Do you want me to send you in with Kalen Hanselman? He is on page 3 towards the bottom.
Okay.
This thing keeps adding rooms.
Okay, and
And then it looks like, okay, so with the juvenile judge, am I resetting him?
yes.
And are we,
For December the 16th.
is he gonna call here to give us the mother's contact information?
Yes, he's gonna do it by 3:30 today.
Okay. So. Looks like everybody else needs to see John Mead.
Yes. Okay, so then it would be Mr. Reynolds and then Mr. Cardenas.
And then we have one more. I don't know if Ross Bjork, are you unable to unmute your phone? He was one of the ones that had the 3 numbers up there. I think it was 831 for his phone number, and we couldn't get him to unmute the phone. So
Are we still having that problem?
well, I've requested for him to unmute himself, and he had called on the phone and talked to Judy, and I don't know, I'm telling him to unmute it by clicking on it, and it sends a request for him to unmute it, but he's not doing it. Ross, are you able to unmute your phone? I don't really know. He's
Well-
the last one if he is able to.
Let's do this. I had noted that he did not appear. Let's go ahead and remove that notation.
Okay.
And then if we can't communicate with him, we're gonna have to just reset him.
Okay.
Mr. Bohr, can you unmute yourself, sir? Okay, Mr. Mead.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, you're on page.
Yeah,
page
yeah.
2.
Page 3. Your Honor.
3.
Kaylin Henselman.
Yes.
Okay, were y'all able, is he back? Yes, he is.
He just got back.
Okay.
You
were y'all able to-
unmute yourself, Mr. Houseman.
I'm sorry?
He's unmuted now. Yeah, he's gonna need, this is his first appearance. He's gonna need a reset, Your Honor. He wants 60
How much
days. It's a driver's license issue that he needs to get straightened out before we can do
Can't
anything.
hear him. His audio.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Hanselman, I'm gonna go ahead and reset your case for 60 days, sir.
Alrighty.
All right, you hear me? Okay. Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Hanselman?
Are you still on lot 23?
That's my mother's address.
Do you want us to mail it there?
Yeah, it should be good to go there.
Okay, we'll mail
Is
it
it
there.
just is it just gonna be another document with like new Zoom
A new,
meetings?
yeah, a new court date.
Alrighty. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. We'll mail it to that address then.
Okay. And again, on the question of the no insurance, it says it's my second time getting charged that.
Yes, it looks like they ran your driver's license and double checked it and said there was a previous offense, not with China Grove necessarily, just a previous no insurance offense.
I can understand that, but it's like I've never been pulled over. That's like the first time I've ever been pulled over
Okay.
or even interaction with the
Well,
police.
between now and your next court date, I will have the officer run it one more time, and if need be, he can print out that, but he'll double check it.
Okay,
to
thank
make
you.
sure. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Okay, Mr. Mead, it looks like you're gonna visit with Leaf Andrew Reynolds. Is that correct, Clarissa?
Yes, and Caitlin, it looks like you're dismissed, and we'll mail you the form.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let me send you.
Where is he?
Leif Reynolds
page
is
1.
on the, bottom of page 1.
What page now?
Page 1.
Bottom of
Okay.
page 1.
Okay, thank you.
Just a second, let me put you guys in there. Okay, Mr. Reynolds, go ahead and unmute yourself so you can talk with him, okay? Okay, it looks like it's just gonna be Mr. Cardenas left then.
It looks like we lost Mr. Bork, huh?
Yeah, I think he hung up because he can't unmute the phone.
But we'll just send him a
He
reset.
called, he did call in and he said his phone isn't muted. And I said, well, there's no audio, something's wrong. So I noted to reset him now.
Okay.
Judge, we did have an indigency. Okay, he's gonna try a different phone. Ross Bjork. We had a indigency hearing today at 3, which we're running a little ahead with everything today. So I don't know if she'll actually call in though.
Has she turned in her paperwork?
We haven't gotten anything.
Well, can't go very far without it.
So we haven't received anything. I don't know. I've never heard from her. And she never requested it. We just decided it would be a good idea because she did say she didn't have the funds for it.
What is her name?
Well, now I'm starting to question, is that today or next court date? Because I don't even see her on this. And I put on their indigency hearing and I'm not seeing it.
What's the
So
name?
it might be from, it might actually be on November 18th.
What's the name?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think it's on November 18th docket.
okay.
So I think we're okay because I'm looking on this whole docket and I don't see one on here.
Okay.
I think I just got mixed up. These are all starting to look alike to me, Judge.
Yeah, they run into each other.
Yeah, I don't see anything else on here. It must be. Okay.
So is Mr. Bjork supposed to call back?
He's going to try to get another phone and call in with another phone.
Okay. And he would be number 16, right? He's at the tail end.
Yes. Yeah, he would be at number 16. So as of right now, we just have Mr. Reynolds and Mr. Cardenas left, and they both need to see John.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that might be him. Okay, here he is. Mr. Bjork, I think this is you calling from the last 3 digits, 413. If so, can you unmute your phone? There you go. Is this you, Mr. Bjork?
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is.
Okay, it'll be just a few minutes. He also
Okay,
has
thank you.
3 violations, Judge. So you'll have to speak to the attorney in just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, looks like we have Mr. Mead back, waiting on Mr. Reynolds. There
That's
we
him.
go. Very good.
Mr.
Okay,
Re-
Mr. Mead, were you able to reach an agreement?
Well, he's got some documentation that I need to have available. And so I told him we could give him a 30-day reset and he can scan it and send it and email or bring it in to the clerk's office so I can have it available.
Okay.
So you give him a 30-day reset and it might take care of the whole case.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Reynolds, I'm going to go ahead and reset your case for 30 days. Try to get those documents as soon as you can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Clarissa, do we need anything else from Mr. Reynolds?
Riel Drive?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
We'll mail it there.
Alrighty.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, John, we need to go ahead. You're dismissed, Mr. Reynolds. Thank you.
I am. Okay. Oh, no.
Not you, John Mead. Nice try.
Where am I going?
You are going to go in the breakout room with Miguel Cardenas. He is on the bottom. No, I'm sorry. He's on page 2, and I'm not sure where on page 2. I
Very
didn't write
bottom.
it.
Very bottom.
Very bottom.
Very bottom. Okay. Mr. Cardenas, can you unmute your phone so that you can speak with John Mead?
Hello.
Okay.
Okay,
You're going to go in the
I'm on
breakout
now.
room. Just one moment.
All right, thank you.
Ross, you're next as soon as Mr. Cardenas comes out, okay?
Okay, we have Mr. Mead back. We're just waiting on Mr. Cardenas.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mead, can you unmute yourself, sir? There you go. No, not yet. There we
There.
go. Mr. Cardenas, how are you? Okay, Mr. Cardenas,
You
can
need
you
to
unmute
unmute yourself.
sir?
Yeah, sorry.
There you go.
There you go.
Can you hear me? All right, great. Mr. Mead,
Yeah,
any agreement with Mr. Cardenas?
yes, we're gonna, on the, there's 4 charges here, Your Honor. Failure to control speed. I was gonna recommend a return for plea of guilty. 60 days deferred with a deferred fee of $275. On the failure to follow too closely, I was gonna recommend 60 days deferred fee of $275. On the no motorcycle endorsement, I was gonna recommend, he's gonna do a straight plea on that, and I was gonna recommend a fine of $125. And I was gonna take into consideration and request court dismiss the passing and no pass zone.
Okay, Mr. Cardenas, did you hear all that, sir?
Yes, sir. I agree with all that.
Is that the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mead, with regard to the no motorcycle endorsement, is that a plea of guilty or what type of plea?
That's gonna be a plea of guilty and he's gonna, I think, time to pay. I'm, with the court's permission, I was gonna have him allowed to pay the court costs only at the beginning of his probationary period, total of $268.
Is that for both deferred cases?
Yes.
Okay. How much is that?
The total of the court costs on both deferred cases is $268.
They're $134 each.
$134 each. Okay, and that is to be paid today?
No, he's gonna have to pay it. When did you say he could pay that?
Friday.
So maybe we should reset him to give him time to pay it.
Okay, so reset all of them?
Well, a time payment on one.
Motorcycle endorsement, because he's gonna just get on a time payment plan on that one.
Okay, so
the other two will be resets?
Yeah,
Okay.
30 days,
yes.
and then to pay the court cost and the balance by end?
Yes, by the end.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and follow that plea bargain agreement. With regard to the charge of failed to control speed, it's my understanding, Mr. Cardenas, that you're pleading guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna accept your plea of guilty. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on probation for 60 days with a special expense fee of $275. And we're gonna reset you 30 days so you can pay the court cost. And then the balance would be due at the end of the 60-day period.
Okay.
Now, with regard to the no motorcycle endorsement, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Guilty. And I'm going to assess the fine of $125 and give you time to pay. That'll be
Okay,
30
sir.
days to pay it. If not, they'll go into a payment plan.
Okay, sir.
With the charge of following too closely, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea of guilty, place you on deferred for 60 days. Reset your case for 30 days, of which you will pay the court cost of $134 within 30 days. And then the difference will be due at the end of the 60-day probationary period. And then finally, with regard to passing, disregard no passing zone, the state's taking that into consideration, so that case will be dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, Clarissa, do we need anything from Mr. Cardenas?
Mr. Cardenas, are you on Timber Ridge Drive still?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's where we'll mail your time payment plan and your reset form. As long as you pay those court costs before the end of your 30 days, you don't have to come back to court.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, sir, you're excused.
All right, yeah, have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, John. Last one, we have you going in with Ross Bjork. He just joined us. He is on page 1, and he's number 16 on the docket.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Okay.
put y'all in there. Hang on just a second. Let me add a room here.
Mr. Bjork, if you could unmute yourself.
Uh-oh. He was having a problem with that earlier. Let's see if he got it. There he goes. Okay, I'm gonna open the room up.
All right.
Hey, Clarissa, remind me, after the docket, remind me to talk to you about that 16-year-old Alvarenga.
Oh, okay. Jorge?
Yes.
Okay. Let me pull him. Oh, I have him pulled out right here.
Mr. Mead, if you'll unmute yourself, sir.
I don't want to.
All right, where is Mr. Bork?
Here he is.
There he is.
Mr. Burke had a setting some time back, and he had somebody call and reset for him because he was in the hospital with some hip surgery. So we talked about what he needs to do to get this resolved, and I would need to have him have a 30-day reset to make it happen. He's going to be bringing some papers up to the courthouse. It's a registration case, and they failed to provide insurance and failure to show evidence of insurance. So we can take care of all of that very easily next time he's set.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bork, I'm going to go ahead and reset your case for 30 days so y'all can finalize this matter. Do you have any questions, sir?
Okay.
Clarissa, do we need anything?
No, I don't.
I just need to know if you're still in
What's that?
on lot 1. Is your
Yeah,
address?
9597.
Okay. Yes, okay,
Yeah.
got it. I'll mail your reset form
Okay, thank you.
to that address.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, goodbye.
Okay, and we're court's
What?
adjourned.
You're dismissed, sir, I'm sorry.
Okay, if we can get off of YouTube.